Personal story segment tonight. One of the big winners, apart from Donald Trump in the presidential sweepstakes, former mayor of New York City, Rudy Giuliani. And here he is. All right, so it's you, it's Christie, it's Gingrich, it's General Flynn, it's Kellyanne Conway. That's the five in the inner circle, right?
Yeah, I would say General Kellogg, certainly Steve Bannon, Jared Kushner.
Yeah.
These are all people that are very...
But they're not experienced in government.
But they were very helpful in the campaign.
Okay, but I'm looking now to advance the story. So I see Kellyanne Conway of Chief of Staff. All right? Okay, that's a yes.
That'd be a good
I
choice.
see you as Attorney General.
Well, I sure know the Justice Department.
Okay, that's a yes. I see Gingrich as perhaps Secretary of State. But does he want to run around like that? Does Gingrich want to run around like that?
You've got Senator Sessions. You've got
Sessions,
John
right?
Bolton.
Bolton, yeah.
You got a couple of, and I'm probably missing a few.
But Gingrich has got to be a role for him.
Yeah, I see Newt as kind of a domestic security advisor.
Okay.
And these are my suggestions to you. I haven't even talked to Donald yet about it.
So you guys didn't even talk about this?
Well, we talked
theoretically, you must have.
We talked about it a little bit here and there. But
because you and Gingrich put your reps on the line. I mean, you did. You took a lot of heat, and so did Gingrich.
No kidding.
Yeah. You really, I hope Trump appreciates it.
Even coming here today,
well, we got all these protesters here. We're looking at
banging on my car.
You've got the usual radical, and this does not reflect the Democratic Party. I want everybody to know this.
It doesn't.
These aren't Democrats.
And you know, in a way,
right.
I don't want to make too much. I'm used to it from being mayor of New York.
Right. These are radical leftists. They're in Philly, Chicago, L.A., New York, and they don't have anything to do. They don't work. You know what the crew is, and that'll die out. But let's get back to a Trump administration. So I see you as
and Carson.
Carson is Health and Human Services. You as Attorney General. Gingrich as Domestic Advisor. Christie, now Homeland Security for Christie?
You'd be fabulous at it.
Yeah. Not infrastructure, building bridges or anything. No. No.
I always
don't want that.
I always thought that was a somewhat exaggerated situation.
Yeah, I used to live in Fort Lee, so...
As a U.S. attorney, I think I'd have handled that very differently.
Yeah, there's a little jest there. I don't want anybody getting upset. Now, Trump's going to need a lot of help. He's going to need a lot of help.
Every president does it.
Yeah, but he, you know, and by the way, please tell him not to put the Trump sign on top of the White House. We really don't need that now.
We don't need the international.
No, we don't. Just leave it the way it is.
Like Mar-a-Lago.
But I'm saying this with all due respect. He's going to need help because he's never been in this kind of like that. Right. That's what I'm saying.
He's told you that actually in several interviews.
He's never been a guy who has overestimated experience. Right. So he doesn't have it.
So I used to point out on the campaign trail, he didn't build his own buildings and he didn't build his own golf courses. He got the best architects, he got the best carpenters, the best plumbers.
Let me tell you something, though. He knows. We sat at Yankee Stadium.
Oh, he knows.
And he goes, look at that crack in the. So he knows that world.
Same thing with his staff during the campaign. When things were going wrong, he'd get them all together. You're not doing this. You're not doing this.
He knows PR.
Change that. Change.
He knows
this.
Entertainment. But what he doesn't know is administration, because he can get slogging and grinding, and he's not Bill Clinton, and he doesn't stay up all night studying the policy papers. So he's going to need guys like you and Gingrich. Is there anybody else in the mix that I haven't mentioned that he relies
I'm sure there
upon?
are. You know, I hate to leave it. But there are a lot. I think Chris has probably assembled about 100 people.
And he's in charge. Governor Christie's in charge.
Chris has probably assembled about 100 people that he can consider. The way I did my transition when I did it for mayor was I wanted 3 nominations for every position.
Like that.
So then ultimately I could pick the right man or woman for the job.
When you put yourself out as you did, and so did Newt Gingrich, and you were attacked, I mean, really brutally attacked.
Brutally, including death threats and all kinds of other things.
Is it going to be payback? You think? Because Trump, no, he's a payback kind of guy.
For me, having been mayor of New York and having gone through that, it's now let's move on and let's see if we can't unify the country. For me, there's nobody I want to particularly pay back. I mean,
so you're not going to investigate Hillary Clinton if you're Attorney General?
Different story.
Oh.
You got a big choice there, and I don't know the right answer to it. There's one tradition in America, right? Election's over, we forget about it. There's another tradition in America, which is equal justice under the law. And it would depend on how bad the violations are. And there has not been a
So you'd have to take a fresh look.
Well, the FBI is still investigating the Clinton Foundation.
And the foundation, right.
So whoever the Attorney General is going to have to evaluate that.
Obama's going to pardon him before he leaves.
Then that will seal Obama's legacy as one of the worst presidents.
I don't think so. I disagree with you there, because his base, Obama's base, would want him to do that. It's almost like the Ford-Nixon situation. But I do believe that if this continues, and Obama will know, that he'll pardon her before he gets out of there.
Then he should pardon the sailor. Then he should also pardon the sailor who's spending a year in jail taking pictures in the submarine. And he should
instead of the dope dealers that he's letting out.
And he should pardon Petraeus, and he should pardon Governor Cartwright.
Good. All right. Well, I hope he's watching tonight. Last question. You were watching Returns with Donald Trump last night.
I was.
Tell me. I mean, is he jumping up and down? Was he hooting? What was he doing?
He was very calm. I think he realized the turning point when the exit polls turned out to be so far off our own calculations. I think he realized he had a good chance. Once he saw Florida turn, and he knew he had Ohio, I always believed if he won Florida and Ohio.
Yeah, that was the bellwethers. And then North Carolina.
The rest will fall in.
Was he in his tie or in his jammies?
He was in his tie. It
was a tie. He never takes the tie off. In the shower, he's wearing a tie.
Mrs. Reagan, I'm going to give the lecture at the Reagan Library this Saturday night.
Oh, they love me there. Don't mention my name.
Had we lost?
Yeah.
I don't think we'd had many people there. Now we're sold out.
Now you're going to be a big shot.
We're sold out.
Yeah.
And President Reagan never, ever
took his jacket off
in the Oval Office.
Yeah.
And Mrs. Reagan once told me he liked to take his jacket off, so it was hard for him.
Yeah, but Trump doesn't want to take his ties off because he wants people to buy the ties. All right, thanks for coming in, Mr. Mayor. We appreciate it.